Welcome to Musical Cliches and VGM.
Yeah!
There you go. All right. So, I am Hans first. This is William DeBlay. And actually, we got some introductions here.
That's how cool we aren't.
Yeah. So, okay. General vibe I want to do with this panel, feel free to raise your hand and ask questions at any time. Or if you have any thoughts or observations, etc., etc. This is kind of my excuse to brain dump all of what I find interesting about video game music and kind of the musical things that are going on in there. Because that stuff lives in my head. It's lived in my head too long without me talking to a group of strangers about it. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate that. My name is Hans. I'm primarily I guess you could say, primarily like a jazz piano guy. I do other instruments and stuff like that too. But my biggest interest is the intersection between jazz music and video game music, because they are both cut from the same cloth in a lot of different ways, which we'll get into. I should not do that by the microphone.
Joey Z definitely belched into their mic.
Oh, really?
So I think you're good.
Oh, okay, cool. We're all good. Yeah. Am I forgetting anything about myself, Will?
No, that's it. That's everything.
Okay. Cool. That's all there is to know about me.
Hans is really good at piano. I don't know if y'all know, but exceptional.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
This is my buddy Will. Introduce yourself, Will.
My name's Will. I'm a professional bass player. So I tour the nation and I play all sorts of music, but VGM has always been one of my loves. And I didn't get to play it until I met Hans and joined Hans's VGM band. And lo and behold, playing the music you love is really amazing. Yeah. I do a lot of stuff, but also VGM. And,
yeah. So I got Will up here not only for my own emotional support. It's the first time I've done a panel. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. But also because he has a lot of musical experience to draw from, and I'm sure he has a lot of thoughts on things outside of someone who's as much of a nerd about it as I am. So yeah. All right. Cool. I guess any questions about us? No, we don't need to do that now. Anyways, feel free to raise your hand and ask questions anytime you want. If I don't want to answer your question, I won't. But please don't be afraid. All right, qualifications. VGM is not a genre. Raise your hand if that's a mind-blowing concept to you. All right, sick. It's a categorization, essentially, right? It contains multitudes. There's a lot going on in there. Today, actually, I think we're going to hyper-focus on some specific avenues of VGM that I particularly really like. And that's just the stuff I know the most about. Yeah. And that's kind of where you guys come in. If you have other thoughts about other genres or other avenues of it, I would love to hear it. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty much just music. It's just music, guys. It's not that deep. It is that deep, but it's not that deep. All right. So, what is cliche? Does anyone have any ideas about what cliche is? Yes?
Kind of stuff that you use over and over.
Yeah, stuff that you use over and over again.
Yeah,
pretty much. You got something you want to share about that?
to the point where it's ubiquitous, you know what I mean? Like where it kind of hits critical mass. And when you say like Chuck Taylor's, we all just thought of the shoes, right? That cliche kind of gets into that territory for me, where it's like everyone kind of knows, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like what separates trope from cliche is that cliche has a sort of connotation that you kind of just shrug and resort to that and just, okay, we'll go with that. It's sort of a standard. It's kind of a magnetism that's almost
Interesting.
Very interesting.
because it's like, this is just what you do in this.
Yeah.
This is everywhere. So that's why you go with it. Is what makes it cliche.
That's like a negative connotation kind of view of that.
Yeah.
Is that
Right.
interesting? Okay.
As
Yeah,
far
yeah.
as cliches.
Yeah.
What's up?
to like give a balance to that negative connotation there. It allows for a nugget of idea at a time. so that you don't have to parse the pieces anymore.
Yeah.
It's that trope that's sort of broken containment. You know, everybody knows the lick. When you hear the lick, like, yeah, you don't have to parse each note. It's just the lick.
Yes. No. Exactly. Right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's a great
Lick's
point.
great example.
Yeah. So I mean, I wrote on here. There's this quote I really like called "Language is fossilized poetry." What's the YouTuber? Talks about words.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
No. Ralph Waldo Emerson's like
It would have been a great YouTube channel.
Hey guys, it's me, Ralph Waldo. Etymology nerd. No. Etymology nerd.
Yes.
Thank you.
Round of applause for our kazoo choir.
Thank you.
Etymology nerd.
Etymology nerd. Yeah.
Where
So
words come from.
yeah, where words come from, how language changes and develops.
Yeah.
Have we all heard kind of the vibe of music's a universal language or music's a language kind of thing like that? I don't know if it's universal. It's like saying English is a universal language. It's genre determined, and like depending on the culture you're in, certain things might have values over others, which we'll get to. But I love this idea of language as fossilized poetry. To me, cliche is like a mode of language that we can use within music to communicate with each other. What's up?
Just to kind of crystallize that idea, I think the cliches are like almost like phrases that become embedded with like this complex media to like express ideas, maybe in music, maybe in stories, maybe in speech.
Sure.
That's what I think of cliches.
Wonderful.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Any other thoughts on that? All right. Our own perspective / biases / hyperfixations. I am a. Sorry, I was thinking about the angry video game nerd theme. I am a Nintendo like fanboy for the most part. That's what I grew up in. I didn't choose that necessarily. I had a PS2 growing up, but I didn't really. Yeah. The best thing I owned on that was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Great.
Yeah, who else? Who knows? Any knowers? Okay, great. The Flying Dutchman song in that game is sick. It's an awesome bassoon. I'm getting distracted. But I'm mostly where my taste comes from is very much in that Nintendo gear, that like kind of fusion J-pop kind of vibe thing that a lot of those musicians are working with. So, yeah. What about you, Will?
Musically speaking, I think my thing is more just like American recorded music post 1920.
Yeah.
I grew up playing a lot of video games too, but I think my thing, like I didn't have a Wii. We had a 64, we didn't have a Wii, so I had a PS2 and then an Xbox. So my thing was like music supervision, not necessarily OSTs. So like FIFA Street 2 is a game I grew up with, and there were like things all across the planet you would play. So like I'm 11 years old in Wisconsin in a town of 1,000 people, growing up playing a soccer game because I like soccer, and I'm hearing Brazilian music for the first time. I'm hearing grind from the UK for the first time, and I didn't know that these things were like, I kind of wasn't supposed to hear them where I grew up because it wasn't on rock radio or country radio or whatever, but like those are the things that are really burned into my mind. Like I have OSTs I grew up with, but it's kind of scattered everywhere. But like music super, like Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix was a racing game I had, and like a lot of my hip hop that I love, like Twista and like Sean Paul. This is the first time I heard Sean Paul. That's kind of my zone.
Okay.
Besides like growing up steeped in jazz and rock and roll and blues and stuff.
VGM is really cool in that sense because I feel like we all grew up with every genre of music. That I think gives people who are appreciators of VGM insanely deep ears to like hear certain things.
Sure.
It's interesting. Just all synthesized through. I guess in my case specifically a very Japanese outlook on like melody writing and stuff like that. So nice. All right. Value systems in music / how to talk about music. I think Will, did you write out the whole thing?
Yeah, this is my bag. I'm really like passionate about this stuff.
Cool.
I just jotted down some stuff one day, and I'm gonna like, in no particular order, this is what I think. I think aren't very good, at least circles I'm in music, I went to music school, right? I don't think people are good at talking about music with each other. Have we all like had this thing where you share a band you like or someone else shares a band they like or whatever, and if you share something you're like, they're like, oh, that's lame, and now you feel bad about yourself, or like you haven't seen this movie or heard this song, what's wrong? Like, that is so lame. I hate when that happens. So I wrote down some things. Value systems in music is something I think about a lot, because I'm a bass player. I play in a lot of different genres, and different genres have different value systems they need. If I'm playing punk music, like clean playing isn't really the thing. Standing there like a statue isn't the thing. You gotta go hard, right? So the first one is opinion doesn't equal value. What you think about the art doesn't necessarily change the value of the art. The art exists, it is valuable, and we have opinions about it, right? Those things, I don't think they mix too much, right? I can like something, I can dislike something, but the art is still valuable. Does that make sense?
How do you define value?
In the way I've experienced it, there's a lot of social cred we gain or lose with knowing or not knowing the cool thing that that person talked about. That's not real. I don't think that's actually real. I think we like bully each other about music, which is the lamest thing in the world, right? So that's what when I'm talking about value, like art has inherent value because it exists, and
Like makes it like an origin in human expression?
sure, absolutely, yeah. Whatever you want to define the value is above the opinions we have about it. That's my thing. The other thing was like music it doesn't have to equal social currency. I don't have to be less than someone else because I didn't listen to something, and nobody else needs to be less than me because they didn't hear the album I like or whatever. That's lame. I think your taste changes and evolves through time. So like having clarity about value systems and this stuff about opinion, I think it's, if we know how to like be kind to each other instead of, you didn't hear that, that's lame. Instead, how interesting that like you have something to share. I can't wait to check that out because my taste might change. I've had it a million times where I said some lame stuff about something, like some album I didn't like, and then like 2 years later I like it and I regret everything I've said. You know, it's like this stuff will never stop happening. It's a cycle.
So how does that relate to cliche necessarily?
Because we have connotations with cliche, right? Like you hear the word cliche, you might think a negative thing, you might think a positive thing, but it kind of just exists, right?
It's neither negative or positive.
Right, and we ascribe either a negative or positive emotion.
So that's interesting. We had both of them.
Yeah,
Going.
and I don't
It's
think
like,
I don't think either one is necessarily incorrect, but like having some clarity about this of like, someone hears cliche, they think negative, someone hears cliche, they think positive. Being able to mentally sort of navigate like, that's just their opinion on this art, and having some separation of that has helped me a lot with this sort of stuff, talking about music specifically. Because we can be kind to each other and compassionate to each other while we talk about this art, you know what I mean? Something can be not my thing, but it's still awesome, right? That's my bad.
Yeah. I like that I can snap at a bunch of other
Yeah,
things.
that's
I was like,
cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Do you have anything else to share?
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Sick. All right. Let's continue. Why? Oh God, I really just wrote a whole wall. I kind of already said a lot of this stuff. I'm just gonna read it anyways. Video game music it's interesting to me because in that it contains so many different styles and genres, but it isn't obvious to the beginner listener about where those things come from. That's important to me because when I was growing up in like a suburb of Wisconsin, it's like, where does this come from? Like, I just thought that's what music was, and I was like confused why the people around me didn't listen to exclusively video game music. I mean, maybe I was just a little hyperfixated. I don't know. But like, I was like confused about like, why isn't anyone else like this into this? Because that's what music was to me. I thought it was like it encapsulated everything. So that's a bit that we'll touch on is that like everything has infinite depth. VGM especially. There's so much meat on the bones when it comes to this music. So I want us to think both about the silly cliches that we hear in the music, but also think deeper about where those things come from and why they've been propagated as valuable in the art form. So cliches are considered valuable in this kind of scenario. and that's why they stand the test of time. Understanding the context in which the music was created and why the sounds I like are there help me understand my own place and how I relate to the grand scheme of music in the world. I urge everyone around here to do the same with the specific type of music they like, and I hope that me doing that here helps y'all think about that a little deeper. Think deep about the music you listen to. It's an important thing. Cool. All right, now time for a brief history of Japanese VGM and Western influence as told by Hans First in the year 2026, subject to be seen as incomplete in the future. I wanted to make sure that if someone looks at this and it's like, you didn't include Schmuppel, whatever. Cool. This is just like the brief synopsis, stuff that I kind of know about what went down and all that. And that this obviously influences VGM because Japan was huge with VGM, and like a lot of the music we listen to pretty much comes from that era of video game music. Yeah. All right. So, Japan during globalization in like the early 1900s. I want to say the first like orchestra was founded in Japan in like 1911, which is like Japan's like gradually been getting westernized throughout time. They're the most like what we would consider culturally Western Asian country, and they have a lot of value on like Western classical music and stuff like that. So that's been infiltrating Japan for most of the like, early 19th century, and then bam, they had the orchestra in 1911. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. This is all off the dome. So, let's see. Yeah, so that continued on. Then World War II happened, which is a lot. Yeah, I know that. Whatever. But thing is that they shut themselves off from American culture, stuff like that. After that, America pretty much occupied Japan for a while. Like the military was there, establishing new government, stuff like that. So a lot of Japanese people played American music to kind of, we're playing jazz and we're playing stuff to kind of appease and like market to those soldiers that were there. All that to say, there is a deep appreciation for Western classical music and Western jazz music that developed in Japan. And I say jazz, really Black American music, just overall, huge in Japan, and like all that influence, all that musical influence went straight there. So that's kind of how that worked out a little bit. Yeah, so you'd have like really heavy hitter jazz musicians tour in Japan all the time. You got John Coltrane, Campbell Adderley. There's like tons of other ones too, but so like they would tour there a lot, and they were accepted with like open arms and stuff like that. In a big way, they were escaping the racism found in America because Japan just saw them as Americans and not Black Americans. So that was a whole other avenue of that. So there was this cool cultural exchange happening between Black American musicians and Japanese musicians, where they would learn from each other a lot, and there was a lot going on there. So my own connection here. So again, I'm a jazz piano player. What? Is this gonna work? Oh, here we go. All right, so there's a piano player I love named McCoy Tyner. Oh, we got a woo? Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, Gustavo? So McCoy Tyner, to me, he's like the first jazz piano player I fell in love with. This is 1965, I think, this concert, and what made me love his playing so much is that he plays piano, it sounds like a boss battle. Like there's something in there that like my ear heard that and went, oh, this sounds like VGM. This sounds like something that I know, right? So we'll just. This next part here. Yeah, it's pretty intense, right? So that's like some pretty out there jazz stuff happening. That's with the Coltrane Quartet. So yeah, anyways, you can see how like listening to that, it's like, especially that bit of the dun 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 dun. Not the exact notes, but that's the idea. That has the same energy as like a lot of Pokemon boss battles or something like that. That's where my ear heard that. And what I was actually hearing was the deep history of VGM and the fact that this is connected to Pokemon fascinated me, right? The music's this deep. It's crazy. You go back and listen to anything, and it's like, oh, that's the thing that they did in Xenoblade Chronicles, or something like that. So, keep your ears open. We're going to talk about stuff in all these super jams or whatever. Yeah, VGM composers are just people making music. They were making the music of the time in Japan that was popular, and they didn't consider themselves VGM composers until it like took off. But like, they were just musicians, and they got hired to do a gig, and they were making music that was around them. So, with that said, VGM and its cliches, in the cases we will discuss, is quintessentially Japanese, reflecting the globalized musical culture of Japan. There's like everything in it, except for like, I don't know, Mongolian throat singing. Maybe there's a little bit of that. I don't know. But this stuff is also not exclusive to VGM. The stuff that we're talking about going forward can be found in other music as well. It just so happens to be that, good golly, there's a lot of this stuff that's in VGM. Oh God, all right. Yeah, I don't need to read that. That's exactly what I just said. All right, this is the first one. Raise your hand if you know this, just off cuff. Hey, all right there, my people. So this is like, to me, the gold standard of VGM cliches. This is like the thing that you hear it everywhere. It started out, I don't know what the oldest example of this is, but like the most classic example is like that thing. So the chords sound like this. Yeah, that's all it is. It's there. That's what it looks like. All it is, you can do this in any key. The idea is it's just 3 major chords, and you go up whole steps. That's it. And you instantly have like, hey, you got an item. Or it's something like that. I don't know. Or you completed a level or something. It's like the most triumphant thing ever. When you hit that first chord in the context of something, that it just like, it blows your mind a little bit. Did you have anything you want to say about this?
It's very powerful.
It is very powerful.
Like, say you're in the key of C, right? You're playing. Has this just like weight to it. You know, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's just got such a thing. Like, it has that triumphant, like, you got a thing, we're ascending, and it's really bright.
Mhm.
But also in the context of a song, in most cases in VGM where I hear it, it's this like, oh, this like little bit of epicness that resolves back to the safety of the key you're in.
Can we dance around in C for a little bit and
Yeah.
then hit that A flat together,
Sure.
that flat 6?
Yeah.
By the way, when this is up here, how many people are lost when these numbers are on screen? Do we all kind of, you're lost back there? These are numbers that refer to the musical scale. Like if you look at a piano, yeah, music theory, blah, blah, blah. We will operate with some music theory. At the end of the day, these are just sounds. So if you are lost, rely on your ears. Open your ears up. This stuff is music. It's not theory. We can get muddled down in theory jargon. It's so crazy. These are all just sounds. Theory is words that describe sounds. So when I say theory stuff and you are like, what? It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's all just sounds. We will play enough examples and maybe you can catch on, and that's the vibe. So, yes, let's dance around C for a little bit, and then we'll hit that A flat. It's, man, it hits different. So, 1, 2, and then hit the flat 6. Woo! Then when we finally resolve to that C, it's like, oh, this is the most satisfying thing ever. It just has this like magical energy to it. So let's listen to some examples. We got, oh, Jesus, sorry guys.
That's on me.
All right, yeah, ride the faders. Well, this is from Kirby's Dream Land 3. This is Ripplefield 1. Listen to this. Listen to how heavy it hits this flat 6 at the very end of the form here. It's really cool. Get ready. Yeah, you can hear that kind of rising up sound, right? That's everywhere.
Cool one on that one is the melody note is holding the same note over these interesting chords as we kind of dance out of the key.
That's a cool thing where the melody holds onto the root, meaning C,
Yeah.
and all these chords work with C on the top. It's cool. You can end a song on the root, like. And then kind of resolve the chords after the fact. It's cool. Cool. This is just another example. Route 104 from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald Pokemon. It's just happened at the end here. We'll give it a listen. Oh, you know what? Let's play a game. Raise your hand when you hear it. When you hear it go down to that flat 6.
Cool.
Or no. This one doesn't hit the flat 6. It's on the flat 6. And then it steps up and resolves to the 1. Raise your hand when you hear it. Woo! Yeah. It's like when the bass walks up like that. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Yeah. So, okay, cool. That's with the major chord ending there. It also ends on the minor chord a lot.
Yeah.
I just realized, man, I got a lot of examples for these. We don't have to listen to all of
Yeah.
these.
This one in particular is literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I'm trying to think of something in your life like once you hear it or once you learn a word, all of a sudden you hear it everywhere. One of those things. This is like that. Like once you know what's happening, it's like, oh, there it is again. There it is again. There it is again. You know?
Yeah. I didn't put names for these, so we'll just.
I guess it is
Guess.
mysterious after all.
Oh. All right. Oh, this is from the game Lufia 3. Does anyone know the game Lufia 3? The Game Boy?
Nice.
Heck yeah. That soundtrack's phenomenal. So anyways, this entire song is just like flat 6, flat 7, 1. And especially in the minor key, you hear. It kind of just goes there the whole time. So, give that a listen. Alright, start at the 1. Oh, no. Flat 6, flat 7, then the 1. Yeah. Steps back down. Woo. So, we don't have to listen to all of that. But the idea is that, like, man, once you hear this, it's baked in the cake. This is everywhere in VGM. Oh, it's going to automatically. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no.
See, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's in every song ever written.
All right. We got some deconstruction of the trope. All right. So I know that those are some thick chords, symbols looking there. Basically, the idea is that the flat 6, flat 7, 1 is used a lot to lead somewhere. It's to lead us to the 1. You got the wow, we're here, right? Koji Kondo took that. I mean, he kind of popularized the whole thing, but then he took that same idea in Dire Dire Docks for Mario 64. And he kind of made the whole song a giant 1, flat 7, flat 6, flat 7, 1, and kind of just looping that thing. And the cool thing about that is that he was also very like open with his tonality. He wasn't strictly in a key. He played a lot of sharp 11 chords, like E flat sharp 11 has very little to do with G major. But it sounds really cool. So that's a little bit of the deconstruction of that going on. Oh, we could listen to it.
Do you want to play it?
Yeah, let's play it.
Can we play it?
I
Is
want
that
to play
okay?
it. If you guys want to join in, you can. Please get your kazoos out,
In
everyone.
4-part SATV.
Okay. Let's just go right on the melody.
Okay, sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell? Hey! So like, ooh, it's so nice. So like, then up to the 4. Nice. Yeah. So like taking the whole song and making it, the whole thing is that in a major key, no less. It's really cool. So
I can't get over like, you should do that in life more. You should just show up with the flute and be like, at a gig, just like, no, there's flute now too. I'm here. Like, that was cool.
I've been at some jam sessions where just people in the audience will sit there and go, "Yeah, I'm playing here." That's the same energy. I love that.
That's great.
Cool. Further deconstruction. Oh god. Yeah, I can't skip them. Alright, you guys. Cool. More deconstruction. I promise we're not only going to talk about 5, 6, 5, 7, 1. I could do a full like 3-hour presentation on this whole thing. Final Fantasy VII. It's pretty dope, but here's the thing that happens. We do that thing where we could very easily end on the 1 there, but what they do is they keep, it ends on C, and what they do is they play a D flat, which is the flat 2. So the melody resolves, but the harmony does not, or it suspends in a very cool way. Give that a listen right here. It's dope. Right? Yeah. It does not resolve the way you want to.
That's cool. It should be an uncomfortable sound, what that last chord there, but it's got this weird resolution.
Yeah. Like that on its own is weird, but
In the context, yeah.
ooh, it's really it's dope.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's cool.
All right. Please go forward. All right. Lena Rain. Any Lena Rain enjoyers out here? Oh, yes. Yes. She's my queen. I love her. She uses the flat 6, flat 7 in really cool ways. I'm trying to remember what this one is. So this song is really dope. So what they do, you can see up here, when they hit that flat 6, they preserve that E natural happening here in that 1 chord. And they preserve that through the whole thing. So they end up with an A flat major 7 sharp 5. So it's cool. They don't switch the key totally. They keep that going up here. Listen to it. It's really effective. It sounds so dope. So this is an example of going down to the flat 6 instead of just strictly going up. It's like the coolest harmony ever.
Very much.
That sharp 5 is like, it wrenches my heartstrings. Yeah. All right, and then we got another example here for using it. This is from the game Harmony. Yeah, Harmony: The Fall of Rubber A. So one time I was playing this song with Will and I made him learn this bass line. It's like ridiculously hard. Show him really quick.
We'll see how I do it.
That's insane. Yeah. Nice. So what does she do? Yeah. What does she do here? That's cool.
So all of this is in C, the key is C, although it's sus, so we're not defining happy, we're not defining sad. It's this open sound for us non-theory nerds.
Yeah.
That's the best I can explain it like that. And that bass line follows, there's no really happy or sad, it's just kind of even. And then we go to the flat 7, or flat 6 like I've been saying. The cool thing about this one is the flat 6 has a sharp 11 on it, right?
Yeah.
So
It's like a brighter kind of
yeah.
sound.
Can you play the chord A flat? So there's that note in it, which gives us that mysterious thing.
Yeah.
But the flat 7, we're also not defining a third, so there's not happy or sad. It's suspended. It's this middle zone thing.
Yeah.
And in the bass line, when they go down, normally would be happy, and then like either major or minor or whatever. In this case, it's that open sound. This time it's like mysterious. This even like suspended feeling.
Yeah.
Too. So you have this like thing, very open, very nondescript, right?
Yeah.
Very nondescript. It's this cool sound.
Let's hear that in action. So we're sitting here on this sus section. There, that's the flat six.
Right here. Now the next one. So it sounds really computery to me. It's
Yeah.
really like that's where I have computery. But
It's less triumphant. It's more just like vibey.
vibey.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. The Mitsuda lick. This is the next one. Have we all seen this YouTube video? No. Okay. Not yet. You have?
I've used this.
You've used this. In what context?
Composition.
Yeah, it's sick.
Sweet.
It's everywhere. It's sick. Even if like you don't know what it is, it's around. Before I did this presentation, I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about that thing that I hear. And then I saw this YouTube video get released a month ago, and I was like, oh, okay, they beat me to the punch. But I'm still going to talk about it. Cool. I knew it as the Pokemon lick. So it's here. Yeah. That's fantastic. That's what I knew it as. That's what I called it to my friends around me because it's in Pokemon everywhere. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So all it is that. Da, 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 da. Just going down chromatically. That's all it is. We all know how that sounds. We've all probably heard that in games all the time. It's all going down chromatically at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We all know what the vibe is. All right. So, I want to turn your ears on to something here. This is another version of connecting it to the past. I had the fortunate opportunity to take a lesson with a saxophonist named Patrick Bartley. If you know him, he's sick. Very into the VGM thing and like very aware of like history of music and stuff like that. So I asked him about this specifically, and he was like, "Man, jazz musicians were doing that for years." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, here, check this out." So he showed me this. So listen to the trumpet. Woo! Da, 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 da. It's there. It's music. It's all just music. It's everywhere, regardless of VGM. It just also happens to be in VGM alone. So, here's Button Masher using it. I'm not going to talk too much more about it because it literally is everywhere. And if you want, you can go watch the YouTube video describing it. Do you know what a Button Masher is? It kind of. He's like this keyboard player out of New York. He's insane. He does a lot of improvisation, jazz kind of stuff. With like the language of VGM. So when you hear it, raise your hand. Just that quick. Yeah. Man, I love that dude. He's so cool.
That's insane.
He helps arrange for the 8-Bit Big Band. Have we all heard 8-Bit Big Band?
You won a Grammy this year?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, cool.
Midnight's Revenge, I think was the song. Yeah. So
how do you reconcile the ideas that VGM is not a genre, and yet there exists a VGM language?
I don't know.
It's a culture, not a genre.
I like that. It's a culture, not a genre. There can be things that are like iterated on within it, but I don't know. We're also kind of looking at a specific genre of VGM as well, which this is found in a lot. I'm not saying this couldn't also be in other avenues of VGM, but yeah. Yeah, what's up?
I was just gonna say, none of the examples you've shown are limited to one genre.
Right.
The Mitsuda or the Pokemon lick
Mhm.
are symphonic examples of that.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
of course, the Flat 6, Flat 7, 1 is literally everywhere.
Yes.
Again, like you
Totally.
said, once you see it once, you'll never not see it.
Right.
Exactly,
Not
yeah,
just
yeah,
in
yeah.
VGM. And that, I think that's kind of the thing, is
Yeah.
the assertion is these things aren't separate.
Mhm.
They're made of the same stuff,
Yeah.
right?
It's just
This is
music.
a different, like,
It's just music.
channeling of this language, this musical language in VGM.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Church Amen Cadence. This guy, if you go to church at all, you've heard this a billion times.
If you don't go to church, you've also heard it a billion times. Yeah.
That's all it is, right? It's in a lot of music in general, but it's also everywhere in VGM, particularly RPGs. I hear it a lot in RPGs. In Zelda music, I hear it a lot. Yeah, there's other variations. Yeah, stuff like that. What's the Wolf? Can you play it? Oh, yeah.
Very, very Bach.
Very Bach.
Bach.
Is that actually how you pronounce it?
I don't pronounce
Bach.
Bach. I say Bach.
Bach. Like a chicken?
Yes. Well,
Right.
that's more of a Bach to me. But then we could be talking about baseball too. Anyway.
I'm tired. All right, let's keep going. How are y'all doing, by the way? What are the vibes like?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right.
4-part harmony right now.
Ooh. I have 4 examples. We're not going to listen to all of these. Just to kind of give some ideas. Man, I was listening to Final Fantasy VI this morning. There's so much of this in Final Fantasy VI, as well as other examples. Final Fantasy is like Nobuo Uematsu. Thank you. His writing is so VGM code. It's really silly. Or VGM is so Nobuo Uematsu. How do you pronounce it? Uematsu. Okay. Or it's the other way around. So, all right, listen to this, decisive battle. Because it can happen quick. It's just like a nice little kind of note moving thing. I like it. Oh, okay, that works.
Raise your hand right here. It's fine. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so locked in. You said you didn't know music theory, but you're like nailing it. What's that?
Oh,
You lied? Oh, okay.
okay.
Well, oh, okay. I'm still
okay.
stoked. I'm still stoked. You're catching on.
Okay, we don't need to do that one. I guess that one's cool. Yeah, yes, please? All right.
Yeah.
Raise your hand when you hear it. Yeah. That one's nice where it lines up with the melody.
I think every panel should have kazoos and flutes. Dude, this is great. This is awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Cool. Let's see what else. Same thing. Raise your hand. Yeah, there it was. There it was. Cool. Did you hear it? Da, doo, da. It's a nice little thing. All right. Then we got this cruncher. It's also a flat six festival. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yep, and it's sick. I love it. Okay. Subversions, as in some very different uses of it. This one's a cool use because it kind of goes through every tonality of E possible, and then later it treats the E sus2. It's the same chord as a B sus, so they can do the B sus into the B thing. It's like a passing of the baton. It's kind of cool. So you get this sound. And then repeat. then that leads us back to the point. So, oh, whoops, it didn't work. Wait, what? No, okay, there we go. This is Sidon's theme from Tears of the Kingdom. No, it's from Breath of the Wild. Yeah, exactly, yes. Sus 2, then sus, to the major, to the minor, then. Yeah, so it's like you're chaining them together here at the end. I find that really fascinating. It just functions really well.
It does. We were talking about putting this whole thing together and listening to all the examples, and we couldn't help hearing all of them in all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's the Matsu lick, and we're talking about something else, but there it is. Right?
Yeah.
This stuff is great.
Cool. All right, next one. Dada quarter, quarter. This rhythm. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. All right, sorry. I'm getting jump scared. Yeah, can we all clap this rhythm together? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's it. That's all it is. Can we do it faster? Like 1, 2. Here we go. Yeah, it sounds like a samba. It does. This is a very like Latin kind of rhythm going on. It's what? Traceo. That's what this rhythm is called. Wow. I learn something new every day.
Clave pattern
I don't know. I just know it's called.
Oh, sick. Yeah, right on. Well, it's everywhere in VGM. Melodically and rhythmically, it's everywhere. The tendency, I've noticed, especially at faster tempos, people will play them as triplets.
which is hilarious because every time I try to play a quarter note triplet, I think I play this.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
It all washes out in the end, but like, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a fast version of it to think about. So listen to the melody here. Right? It's just sick. It's a nice rhythmic idea. Got Aquastar from Kirby. Oh, there it is. Matsudo. Okay. It's cool. Then Elite 4 Battle from Ruby and Sapphire. You can all clap along if you want. Sorry, that section, there's like a clap section in it where they clap on two. I wasn't clear about that. They were clapping on 2 and 4. Yeah, that's it, right?
I think there's something to the fact that it comes from samba music, potentially. Who knows where it came from, but it's in samba music. Samba music is very, if you don't know, it's very cyclical. You can just have the same groove happening for like 12 minutes. It's insane, and it never gets old. And when I hear this stuff melodically, it has so much what I would call momentum in the melody, where it's like dee da 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 da. There was no dull moment there. Like you can kind of just repeat this for a long time, and my ear tends to not get tired of it, which I love.
Yeah, thank you. Let's get. I don't think that has this in there. Oh, that's like an extension of that.
Yeah, wow.
Cool, right on. Yeah, you hear 3 dotted quarter notes and then 2 quarter notes a lot too. No, 4 dotted and then 2 quarter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's like that's the EDM thing. Anyways, all right. How are we doing on time? I saw there was another panel here. 20 minutes?
It's cool.
Thank you. All right, we're chilling. All right, this one I think, I heard a yeah. Who said that? No, that was not directed towards
saying
me.
yeah, and then not saying yeah, because that's the coolest thing. It's like having a flute at the panel. It's the coolest thing.
Yeah. Anyways, this is one that like I heard as a kid, and I thought I was like going crazy. So I call it the Hyrule Field chord / rhythm. It's just like this thing that's used a lot. You'll hear it. That's it. Raise your hand if you recognize that at all. Yeah, okay, sick. So let's listen to some examples of that. This is the original where I heard it from originally as like a kid. So not yet. Here we are. It's everywhere. It's crazy. So like that rhythm. Then, Dragon Quest IX. This is the next place I heard it.
What is that?
Chords are a little different timings, but rhythm is the same. And it's the same vibe. Star Festival, Mario Galaxy. I think we gotta wait a little bit. It's the thing. All right, one more example. We got Ryoshima Coast from Okami. What the heck? That's crazy. Any other examples of that people have off the top of their heads?
Love theme from St. Elmo's Fire.
Love theme from St. Elmo's
I only
Fire.
know the theme from like the main theme.
Yeah.
Love theme.
Bridge.
Oh, okay,
All right,
sick,
cool.
sick.
Good
Oh, right on.
soundtrack. St. Elmo's Fire is dope.
I've never heard of it.
Hans doesn't love 80s music like I do, so maybe. Although 90s did it's not important. Not the rhythm, but the notes. Like having this note on the bottom, having those notes on top. It's very American blues.
Is it gospel too?
You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So that's kind of where that could have come from. Yeah. Who knows? But it's cool. It's in there. All right. Minor diatonic enclosure. This is one that I hear a lot. It sounds like this. Is that lighting any light bulbs for anyone? Another variation might be. I'm getting some push. Raise your hand if you know what I'm on about.
Hold on.
You know what I'm on about? Okay. Yes. Which one? It's in Tears of the Kingdom. It's also in the Metroid one that we're doing. Sorry, this is Gustavo. Where he plays piano with the Twin Cities Gamer Orchestra. Huh?
Contra?
Contra. Say Contra. Yeah. Sick. Right on.
Hans, play that one more time. That's the amen. See, they work together.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, with that A minor.
Oh, you're minor. But they might go major. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do. Oh, you mean like a.
Yeah, but with the suspension. You know? Yeah. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. It also works with the flat 6.71.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Anyways, you can hear this a lot. You hear this a lot in Nobuo music as well. It's there. It's in Metroid Prime 4. Fury Green. We're also doing this as well. It's at the end there. Yada doo da. Crazy. By the way, when I say enclosure, what I mean by that is that we are surrounding the goal note, which is right here, with these two notes. We're going da 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 da. We're enclosing that note. We're going around it, closing it. All right. So here, this is like the entire song is this. This is that. It's crazy. Man, I'm just gonna skip the rest of these. Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're just running out of time, so I just want to be conscious of that. All right, line cliche. This is a big. You look like you have thoughts on this.
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
just so
okay.
interested in what you have to say.
Cool. This is a big like American music thing that went on.
Yeah.
I think this is an example of that. Yeah.
One of my favorite jazz standards.
So the big thing we're looking at is that bass note going down. It's like the Matsuda lick, but slowed down. It's very good. Oh, sorry. You don't like Frank?
I don't like Frank. I like the song more than my dislike for Frank. So it's like no.
I understand.
Yeah.
But we got. It's everywhere. It's crazy. Particularly in Pokemon music. This is Go Ishinoze. He really likes line cliche because it sounds cool. So here's some examples. So it's in this crazy arpeggio, whatever. But the chords are going. But it's kind of that cool harmony is hidden in that insane. Oh my gosh! Here it is. It's cool. It adds great motion. It's nice tension. Opalucid City from Pokemon Black and White. It's just at the top of this. And the nice thing with that is that it goes down really nicely to the 4 chord. You can go down one step even more and be there. So it's kind of just like a big, here we're going. Bam. Okay. One more. This is a little more upbeat. So wait for the melody to come in. Raise your hand when you hear it. Yeah. That's it. Then it hits that 4 chord as well. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
So cool.
It's going down too.
It does.
There you
Remember when we
So
played?
cool.
Remember when we played this?
Oh yeah.
It was like, Will, can you just slap bass that hard? And you're like,
No.
okay.
But I'll do something cool. I'll figure something out. But that's not my bag. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
As a bass player, this one's really cool because a lot of times we're expected to sit on the bottom of the chord, play what we call the root notes and support the band. So when there's cool lines like this in the harmony, what we would call like leading tones or like these voices that get to move through the harmony, all the other people get to have the fun, and I get to just like support all of that, and it can be really cool. But in this one, I get to have fun. You know what I mean? That's what I love about these. Yeah, totally. And it can be, yeah. And often, I get to be really nerdy with it. So like. Something like that.
Playing
I get to
piano
have
on the
a lot of
bass.
fun. I get to like grab these upper strings. Anyway.
But
Bass
that's when I
players
go,
love this stuff. Yeah.
I don't have to play.
Yeah.
Cool. Thoughts? By the way, we're almost done with the panel. Thoughts? What's the point of all this? Raise your hand. What's the point? What's up?
Oh, cool. Like the Wilhelm scream or whatever, right? Yell. Is it a scream or yell? But yeah, totally. For sure.
Yeah. Kind of a shared understanding between musicians, stuff like that. Yeah, I love it. So,
If cliches are cliche because they're such a part of that culture that if you're in that culture, you don't need to hear them. You already know that. Then there also needs of establishing that culture.
Yeah, I love that. That's Hans's improvisational concept a lot because he like studied jazz really hard, but all of these melodies have been in your head since you were a kid, right? So when Hans improvises, this stuff just comes out. right? And when Hans improvises, it's not just jazz, it's also VGM, right? And that's, I think, why that happens, right? When we improvise, when we're playing through on VGM tunes, like, there's this little, like, we can communicate in this language too. That like we've all known since we were kids.
Every genre that you play with other musicians has cliches.
And language, it's
And
own like
language.
self-referential language.
It's how genres defined.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, great point.
yeah. So,
You can't subvert it if you don't know.
yeah, it's a good one. Can't subvert it if you don't know it. Yeah, right on.
That's good.
Any other thoughts? Cool.
What's up?
Oh.
I was going to ask, a lot of the composers here
Mhm.
have industry experience within VGM,
Mhm.
clearly.
Mhm.
But every once in a while you see like a project bring in a pop musician, or like Stuart Copeland did Spyro.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Michael Jackson did Sonic
Mhm.
a little bit.
Wait, what?
Um,
I didn't know
is
that.
that a
Sonic
That's
3.
crazy.
He
That's
did
crazy.
Sonic 3.
Cool.
Do you find that like projects like that lack some of these?
That's a good point.
Do they introduce new ones? Or
Uh-huh.
How does that work?
So it's interesting because Sonic contains a lot of stuff that we talked about here actually. But I'm not super well versed in the Sonic 3 music actually. Even though I just played it with Eddie Percent. We played Sonic 3 song, right? Yeah. I'm getting the nod of approval. I'm not particularly well versed in Sonic music, but I know that the Michael Jackson influence of it and like Black American music influence of all of that is like a deep thing. I heard there's a Japanese saxophonist I follow. I forget his name, but he said that like Michael Jackson, like if you want to learn how to play J-pop, you have to like shred Michael Jackson. You have to know Michael Jackson like the back of your hand, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a whole world of like that vibe, of that Michael Jackson inspired vibe within VGM as well. We just didn't talk about it today. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But yeah, there isn't this kind of stuff in there. Again, it's not a genre. There's other subgenres within that genre, right? It's cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Did that kind of?
You have Stuart Copeland doing a soundtrack, and he's not versed in this stuff. Like, he's a rock star. Maybe he played video games, but probably not. I don't know. And you still have some of this stuff going on. I'm not sure either. I'm not super versed in Spyro, but that would lead to the thing of like, it's kind of
Yeah.
chicken or the egg situation.
when you
Like,
go to- when you-
where did Stuart Copeland get it from?
Yeah, when
If
you
it-
observe
you know
those
what I mean?
projects, do you find those connections kind of reinvent themselves or
Right.
reemerge?
What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go
Do you-
listen to
are you
Spyro.
well versed on Spyro?
Do what?
Are you well versed on Spyro?
Kind of. I don't have a lot of language to talk about.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of that stuff.
You should.
What year did that game?
Oh God.
PS1.
90.
Early 90s?
Just like.
Or late
it was
90s?
Early PS1. Like.
Okay.
It's like late 90s.
Interesting.
I know it came out early enough for like Spyro 1 kind of popularized the technique of putting fog and changing render distances on things to make the levels big enough to glide across.
Oh, wow.
It was that early in.
Yeah, word.
Interesting.
Is after 64 and 64.
Yeah, definitely after.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll have to listen to that. I'll have to listen to more Spyro. I don't know. But I would challenge you to go and listen and see if any of this applies, right? Or if there's another musical language that's drawing from. That was kind of my point to a lot of this is please take this with you and really think about the sounds that you're hearing. Think about the connections you can make between song and song that you can get deeper on. That like it's not just what it is, it's what are all of the historical elements that go into this thing that I love, this language of this music that I love, regardless of what genre it is or what area of VGM you're in or whatever. The music's that deep. So
I feel like even if you're not a practitioner, like we have instruments and stuff, and we can play this, but like even as a listener, you just get a bigger opportunity to appreciate it at a deeper level, right? Which is kind of the whole point.
Yeah, especially with like, I don't know, it's a buzzword, but especially with like AI music and shit like that. It's like you can track the humanness throughout all of music. And that's fascinating to me. When it's just like kind of spat out and it's not, it doesn't have that human quality. This is what I find, this is what I love about music, is this quality about it. It's not, man, I don't actually think I care about like the notes that much. To me, it's like how one song sounds and then the next song sounds in reference to that last song. That's all it is to me. It's communication, just non-verbally, and we're all kind of in it as a whole human culture. Any other thoughts? If you all have questions, you can come up to me afterwards, come up to me and we'll say hi, all that stuff. Thank you for listening. These are our Instagrams if you want to follow us. And also, I have an album out. You can scan that QR code. It's all solo piano, VGM, jazz kind of stuff. And I'm working on another album as well. So you can follow and see whenever that comes out. Thank you all for hanging out and coming out here. Yeah. Do you want to play them out, Will? What song do you want to
Just
play?
flat 6, flat 7, 1 all day.
You got, okay, well then, never mind. You got 5 minutes.